Muhammad was born in Mecca around the year 570 CE. He was orphaned at a young age. His grandfather and uncle raised him. Muhammad grew up to be a respected merchant. He was known for his honesty. At the age of 25 he married Khadija. Khadija was a successful businesswoman. Muhammad was a thoughtful man. He was troubled by the injustice he saw around him. He often retreated to Mount Hira for solitude and reflection. In 610 CE, when he was 40 years old, Muhammad had a profound experience. He received his first revelation from God through the angel Gabriel. This event marked the beginning of his prophetic mission. Muhammad was initially hesitant to share his revelations. He confided in his wife Khadija and a few close companions. They became his first followers. His message was simple and powerful. There is only one God, Allah, and everyone should worship him alone. The revelations continued. Muhammad began preaching publicly in Mecca. He called for people to abandon idol worship. He urged them to lead ethical lives based on justice, compassion, and the remembrance of God. His message resonated with some, particularly the poor and marginalized. However, it also angered powerful Meccan tribes who felt threatened by his growing influence. The persecution of Muhammad and his followers intensified in Mecca. Facing threats and violence, they were given permission by God to migrate. In 622 CE, Muhammad and his followers embarked on a journey to the city of Yathrib, later known as Medina. This migration, known as the Hijra, marked a turning point in Islamic history. In Medina, Muhammad was welcomed as a leader and peacemaker. He was asked to resolve long-standing conflicts between the city's Arab and Jewish tribes. He established a social order based on the principles of Islam. This new community was founded on the belief in one God, the importance of prayer, and the practice of charity. The Constitution of Medina, drafted under Muhammad's leadership, enshrined the rights of all citizens, regardless of their faith. It promoted peaceful coexistence and mutual respect. This document is often cited as an early example of a pluralistic society. In Medina, Muhammad continued to receive divine revelations. These revelations, which would later be compiled into the Quran, provided guidance on a wide range of matters. They covered prayer, fasting, charity, family life, and social interactions. Muhammad's leadership extended beyond the spiritual realm. As the leader of the growing Muslim community, Muhammad found himself in a position of political and military authority. Conflicts arose between Mecca and Medina, leading to a series of battles. These conflicts were not driven by a desire for conquest or power, but rather by a need to defend the nascent Muslim community and to uphold the principles of justice and freedom of belief. In 630 CE, after years of conflict, Muhammad and his followers returned to Mecca. The conquest of Mecca was a bloodless victory. Muhammad entered the city as a liberator, not a conqueror. He destroyed the idols in the Kaaba, rededicating it to the worship of one God. This event marked a decisive turning point in the history of Arabia, paving the way for the spread of Islam throughout the region. Muhammad died in Medina in 632 CE. He left behind a legacy that continues to inspire millions around the world. His teachings, preserved in the Quran and the Hadith, provide a framework for living a meaningful and ethical life. Muhammad's message of monotheism, social justice, and compassion transcends time and culture. He is revered by Muslims as the final prophet of God, sent to deliver his message to all humanity. His life and teachings continue to be studied and debated, offering insights into the nature of faith, leadership, and the human condition. The spread of Islam after Muhammad's death is a testament to the power of his message. Within a century of his passing, Islam had reached Spain in the west and India in the east. Today, Islam is one of the world's major religions, with over 1.8 billion followers worldwide.